presentation will be, just go ahead and get started, will be the alumni from the Catching Up program. These are students who have come through the Catching Up program. I believe they're all probably in college now. Some of them graduated maybe last year or the year before, and they're going to talk about their experiences there. Our moderator will be Edwina Libby, okay, and I'm going to let her take over, so good morning.
Okay, so good morning and welcome. Like she said, my name is Edwina, and I was a tutor and a mentor to just about everyone on this panel at one point or another, so it's rewarding to see the growth process. I graduated from Georgetown last year, or '09, so it's going to be 2 years soon, but it's been a while. And I originally started working with African Immigrant and Refugee Foundation from a class at Georgetown on working with civil societies, and I wanted to work with a small organization and actually have an impact within that organization and face the challenges that those types of organizations go through to create something, as opposed to going into a big, something, a large organization that had all the facilities, all of, the resources, but I wanted to actually be part of something that was in its developing phase. So I'm going to pass it on to the alumni of the AR Catching Up program and let them share their stories and their impressions and what they've gained out of it so far. Start with Timbo.
Hello, my name is Timbo, and I graduated '09 from Montgomery Blair, and I started, I got introduced to the African Club at Blair the ending of my freshman year, because I had moved from the school from PG to Montgomery County, and one of my close friends, Bendu, she's not here, had introduced me to the program. So ever since that day, because I remember we had meetings every Wednesdays from 2:30 to 4. Yeah, okay, I still remember that. Every Wednesday from 2:30 to 4. So beginning of sophomore year, that's when I really got active with the Catching Up program. And my junior year, I was vice president, and Cynthia was the president of the No, I lied. Ruby was the president of Yeah, okay. So she was the president, and I was and I was the vice president '09. But back then I was a junior and she was a senior. Then basically back in high school, we did a lot of work, from going to different events and attending these type of conferences. Not only that, every Saturday we had a tutoring session in DC at the headquarters, and she was always there. And then we met different students from different schools, from Springbrook, Cardozo. We worked with kids from elementary school. I forgot which. White Oak Elementary School. We worked with them, and also I remember my 11th grade year. We had worked with Springbrook with a play which they directed, and I think I was the I was the son. Yeah, I don't remember, but somewhere in between them lines, I was in the show. But basically, the stuff that I gained from the organization was a lot. I really, the African Club really in my eyes because most of the time when we did show up to the meetings, like we all joked around and laughed, but we were serious. From doing productions, fashion shows, doing dance routines, performing at different schools, performing at our home base, Montgomery Blair, working with Mama Kamal, Miss Bertha, and we cause every year after every year we always used to have parties at the YMCA, and we invited kids from different schools, and everybody showed up. We all had fun, and okay, Ruby could talk more.
Okay. Well, as Timba said a lot, I'm Ruby. I went to Montgomery Blair High School, and I was part of I got introduced to AIRF through the African Club at our school, and we started working with Mama Kamal in a lot of events, and it was very fun because we were very active. I loved that we were very active in the African communities and different things. We used to go to, I think there was actually a time that we met, we went to, I don't remember, but we met was it the mayor of Montgomery County or
Yeah,
something? The county executive and things like that. And I love that we had extracurricular activities because for me, it was a time when I just come to the U.S. in a couple of years, and I needed to be active, and I love that I was being active with my community. And I was involved with other things. I was involved with belly dancing, but the African Club, being part of the African Club, just kind of felt at home for me. And we did so many activities from, fashion shows and many educational programs and different things. It was just a really nice community that we had, and that meant a lot to me because it made me a stronger person, more interactive, and it also made me know a lot of things, because we helped out the community as well, which giving back definitely means a lot, and that's what AIRF is about, giving back to the community and supporting us. It was as we did, and I love that we did some really serious things, but we also did a lot of fun activities as well. And in our meetings that we had for African Club, sometimes we would have speakers that come in and talk to us about many things. Sometimes we learn how to drum and different dances and just many amazing programs that were just there for us to do. So we didn't have to worry about just our academics, but we also got help with that as well, with tutoring and things like that. And we were rewarded for doing well in our school activities and also our extracurricular activities, which was very good because it gave us a very good balance and kept us sanity in school. And so because that meant a lot to me. And we had great mentors such as Miss Bertha, who was very wish she could be here with us right now, but she's in a different state. Right? I know it sounded really bad, but she was an amazing mentor to us. Sometimes we misbehaved, and she was she was strict. She was very fun, but she was very strict and put us in our place. And that's what I think we all need, to have a good role model like Mama Kamal, Mr. Dhoni, Miss Bertha, Miss Margot, Mr. Embe, because they were good role models. Because they instill in us that you're not only representing yourself, but you're representing Africa. Because if someone's gonna say something about you, they're like, how these Africans are, and we have it. It really builds our character as individuals now, and I feel like it definitely Catching Up program definitely made us better people now that we're all in college, because we carried on those values that we learned from the people that we interacted with in AIRF. And it also let us, besides academics and values and things, it also got us we showed our creative sides. Kyla and Aja are involved with the arts and things like fashion and things like that, and they got to show their creativity and interest. And I was also given the opportunity to write a play for the conference that we had about 2 years ago, and that was very fun. And I was glad that I was given the opportunity to show what goes on in my head. And we also made it into a movie for our end of year, which was very exciting. I
very appreciative and grateful. So whenever I think of ARF, I think of all the good things. I mean, yes, we were yelled at sometimes because we were being immature, but I look back now and I don't regret anything because it was just a fantastic experience, and you know, it makes me want to be a better person. It definitely builds all of us our character because it's a part of our life that we should never forget because it's made us better people in college and individuals, and it will make us as great African individuals that got to work with amazing people like Mama Kamal and others in AIR.
My name is Troy Massa. I was in the AFR program at Springbrook around 2007. I was just transferring into that school. What AFR had given me was a way to actually express feelings in culture, because in the school that I was in, there were a lot of different, it was a diverse group, but no one wanted to actually show and express their culture. They were all in a box. It was all about school. It was all about, like, you should act this way, you should be this way. So what I got from there is that you should be able to walk around with your culture, you know, present it as well as speak it, but do it in a much proper way, in a much proper instance. As well, what I got from this is that we got to collaborate with different schools, make plays, do fashion shows. We were able to do dance routines, but not only that, we also got to actually do some outreach work with the community. And Mama Kamal actually gave me an opportunity to intern with her and Asmara and Bertha to actually set up some conventions that we were having with, I think it was the ambassadors or it was the ministers of certain, was it the embassies? Mama Kamal?
I think so.
Yeah, it was so many.
So
So
many things.
what I got from that is that it was a bigger perspective on what I wanted to do with life, because I got to see the disparities in different races and different cultures, like how immigrants, for instance, or refugees actually had problems. They had health problems. They needed a place to stay. They needed opportunities for work. They needed opportunities for health. And that's why now I'm at the University of Maryland, and I'm actually majoring in local health and pre-med to actually give back in a way so that we can close these gaps and disparities. At the same instance, with collaboration and finding a way to be more creative, I'm actually now a published UK photographer. So I actually give thanks to this club for that, because without that, I wouldn't be able to actually jump out of the box of science or jump out of the box of acting like a particular person in a school. I just wanted